Hello again. We've come on to give a talk about discouragement. I think it's needed. I know we've needed these thoughts and studied them too and want to share them with you. In this life, and especially this day and age, we have to guard against being discouraged. It's a favorite tool of our enemy Lucifer. I don't care whether it's prayers. If our prayers aren't being answered, we know we have reason in the Bible to hope. Just remember that Jesus had to pray 3 times to heal the blind man. And when he prayed over the fig tree, it wasn't withered and died until he came back on his journey back from Jerusalem. He tells us in Luke 18:1 to keep praying until the answer comes. So we must guard against being discouraged over prayer and figure, oh, I'm not going to pray, it doesn't do any good. You can't feel that way. We have to know that God hears and answers our every prayer when it's in his time and for our best interest. And as far as working for him, quite often I find myself, and I know Charlotte does, being discouraged over trying to serve God. You see people working that help and minister to many, many hundreds and thousands and do such good work, and you feel like you just don't do anything for God. But that isn't so, because every little thing that we have, whether it's a smile to somebody, how do you know you haven't brightened that person's day? It wasn't a bad day for them. And I remember when I was in the hospital, I wasn't able to reach down and wash my feet, and I'd been there several days in CCU and the next unit over, and nobody came in to take care of my feet. And finally, this lady came in. I'm legally blind, so I don't know if she was an aide or a nurse. And she come in and asked if I'd like her to massage my feet for her. Well, she didn't only do that. She washed my feet and massaged them with some kind of moisturizing cream, and I never had anything feel so good. That, to me, was an angelic act, a perfect, beautiful act of God. And those things mean just as much as any work anybody else does. So don't forget, don't get discouraged. Charlotte has some verses in the Bible she wanted to read on this. Yeah. We have to look to Paul's experience. We have to look to the Bible to find precedent for our troubles and our way of life, so that we don't get discouraged.
The first one is from 1 Corinthians, where Paul is speaking, and he says, "For I think that God has exhibited us apostles as last of all, like men sentenced to death, because we have become a spectacle to the world, and to angels, and to men. We are fools for Christ's sake, but you are wise in Christ. We are weak, but you are strong. You are held in honor, but we in disrepute." I also have one other I'd like to read. This is from 2 Timothy, verse where Paul speaks, "I have fought the good fight, I have finished the race, and I have kept faith." He later speaks in the same chapter that Luke alone is with him.
That was after, at the end of close to the end of his life, when everybody else, all the countries and people, had turned against him. So he felt that his life work was for nothing. So, in what things we do, if nobody knows about it, God does. And we've got to expect these things and not become discouraged. Always remember we're never defeated unless we think we are.
God will never leave us. He's always promised us he will never leave us. At times it seems like we're all alone, but always know that God and Jesus are always with us.
So we must fight against Lucifer and all of the thoughts and negative feelings and know that God is with us. This may be a time of trial or temptation. Keep a smile and keep hope in your hearts and try not to be discouraged. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.